Welcome back to One Comic Book a Day, where we're covering Superboy issue 24 in the first story. The Super Fat Boy of Still. So, yeah, this comic is very negative towards overweight people. And it's very insulting to overweight people in the first few pages before we actually get to, I say, an actual plot. Sort of the first act of the story. There's no way to get through that. It's just really poorly judged. And we still have this problem today. Being overweight is not that much of a problem, or at least not as much of a problem that people make it out to be. You can be overweight and be healthy. As long as you are still healthy, your test results are fine, you're physically able to do things. Everything is fine. Everybody is different. You're different body types, no judging here. But this comic is incredibly judgy and insulting. And it never really all that improves. So, every kid in Smallville, the teens at least, are becoming chubby. No one knows why. It seems to be almost instantaneous. And it even starts affecting Superboy Clark. So we get a overweight Superboy if you wanted to see that for any reason. This doesn't really make sense to me. Now, later explanations of Superman will explain that he basically uses every resource, every nutrient in the food he eats, so he doesn't even leave waste. So, no, he doesn't technically poop, according to some uh, Superman, Superboy stories. But that's a later thing. Here, we've already actually done stories where Superboy, in fact, there was a story where he gets adopted by another family, just starts eating them out of their home. He's eating everything to cause a problem for them, that they're not getting any money or benefits from Superboy if he's going to do that. So he can just like eat and not gain an ounce. But here it says he gains ounces, though it does take longer for him to gain weight compared to everybody else. This isn't a much of a problem with him. All he has to do is focus on losing the weight. Most of this just seems to be another like problem with Lana figuring out that Clark is Superboy. You would think the opposite would be true if he wasn't gaining weight, but as soon as he gains weight, she's like, aha, Clark must be Superboy. It's not a great version of this. There hasn't been a good version of this in quite some time. I'm just really tired of the Lana suspects Superboy or tries to prove it. She can suspect, but it doesn't need to be like nearly every plot, or it doesn't need to be like the B plot of almost every story. Seeing how little it ends up adding here, other than the joke at the end. Superboy even takes the kids into his own little boot camp to help them lose weight. Now, the answer of this, because it's a bit of a mystery, and I kind of enjoy the mystery in the sense that there is a mystery. How much investigating? Well, there isn't much, which is why it's not a great character to have mysteries with. If he doesn't have to do actual investigating, he just eventually solves it. Here's the interesting part. Everybody's gaining weight due to a professor owning a farm where he's invented some sort of growth ray to create more corn to feed to his cows. This growth ray energy, this enzyme or whatever that's being created by using these special rays, is getting into the cows, and the cows' milk give it to everybody else. They're sort of growing, just not in the way they particularly want to grow. So he just figures out how to reverse the ray's energy on the corn, and in fact, they're gaining no weight. So let me get this straight. This professor, the scientist, farmer in Smallville, has essentially solved a way to A, cure world hunger if he's growing bigger food, but B, a solution to weight gain. He can basically use this ray to cause no weight gain in corn, which is in everything we eat currently. He could like hit anything with this, and you wouldn't gain weight from eating pounds of steak or other fatty foods. Man, that wasn't a great example. I just went from one to everything else. But you get what I'm saying. He's basically solved two considered problems in one go ahead. He has revolutionized the world. The DC universe should be very different after this comic. No, it won't. No one will ever remember this. And we just get like Superboy getting out of this by wearing an inflatable fat suit, so Clark is skinny and he's fat. Honestly, should have been the other way around, right? We should believe Superboy doesn't gain weight and Clark gained weight. That would have explained things a little bit better. Though I guess everybody had lost the weight at that point, and everybody had seen Superboy get fat. So I don't particularly hate the story. I just don't think it's a particularly good story. And it's just incredibly insulting and did not age well. Okay, that is it from Superboy issue 24. The Super Fat Boy of Steel. Yeah. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe, hit the bell icon to get notifications when new video goes up. I do this Monday through Friday, but Fridays is Bat Friday, where I cover a Batman story, now the Detective Comics or Batman. And until next time, let's ponder the question, whatever did happen to the boy of tomorrow. And if using his powers leads to him losing weight, why did he gain the weight to begin with? He's using his powers constantly. Okay, have a great